Elizabeth Warren unveiled her first ever bill as a United States Senator, and it has to do with student loans. Now, to get you up to date, currently some student loan interest rates, the ones that are proctored through the government, are currently at 3.4%. That is set to double to 6.8% on July 1st, which is obviously a big problem because we already have a massive student loan debt problem in this country. Now, she has a very novel idea for what we should do with that interest rate, and she would like to lower it to 0.75%, which is currently the same rate that the Fed charges the big banks on money that they loan out to them. That would do a great deal to help out both the students, but also the economy long term, because when you leave college with $30,000 or more in debt, as some people sitting right here have, it's very hard to buy a car, to buy a house, to do any sort of real spending aside from paying off your debt. So I think that this is an awesome idea. I love that this was her first bill.
I don't understand. As Mitt Romney suggested, why don't you have your dad pay for it?
Yeah, just write a check.
Yeah. Okay. So it's absolutely brilliant because what it says to people is, wait a minute, why shouldn't students get? In fact, she literally said, why not give students a break? Why not let them in on the same great deal that the big banks get? How are you going to say no to that? Mm-hmm. How are you going to say that the kids that are the future of America, that are going to school, that are successful, going to college? No. Mm-hmm. You can't have the same break as the banks do. And they call this a discount window for the banks.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's been as low as nearly zero.
Exactly.
Right?
And not only is it brilliant because, wait, it's a great idea, it is politically long game brilliant. Let me break it down for a second. What Elizabeth Warren does is she goes to the Senate, a Senate that's got a small majority Democrat right now, can go to them and say, listen, how are you going to vote against college students in your state who are going to be voters now for the rest of your career, unquestionably. Whether you run again or not, the person who's going to run after you, they're going to be voting for you right there. You put Republicans in that in the situation to have to defend the banks. You also say, listen, this is what I ran on. I'm a senator who ran on the discrepancy between what the banks do, what big business has, how it's rigged against the common man. It on every single score helps both the Democratic Party and it helps the actual rank and file, the people.
Let me add one more thing that's really important. It's a brilliant way of putting a spotlight on the giant break the big banks are getting.
Exactly.
And
yeah,
it makes everybody go, wait a minute, why are the banks getting interest rate at 0.75, especially when they could turn around and loan the money back to the Treasury at 3 to 4%.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? Wait a minute, that's just, we gave them money and then they give it back to us and they can keep 3%.
It's a way of highlighting that injustice every day. And you know, there's a stylistic difference. We talk about Ted Cruz almost every day. He's out there hammering his craziness to America every single day. He's brash. He's I would say I've never seen a senator in his first. He's been a senator for 4 months, not more than 4 months, a few days more than 4 months. I've never seen anybody do this every day. Here's Elizabeth Warren being quiet, sitting back, then she comes in with this powerful bill, and it's going to have legs.
So it's interesting because I think there's a fascinating spectrum. So on the one hand, you have the Republicans, I should put them on the right side. You have the Republicans who are like, oh, decorum and the first-term senators, but get out, I'm ready to be McCarthy, where are you guys, all right? And he's coming in with a bat. Now, he's not right about anything, but he's guns blazing. On the other hand, side of the spectrum, you have the Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Al Franken model, which is go into the Senate if you're a first-termer and don't say a word. Shh. Like, anybody remember who Al Franken is? Like, from time to time, he'll help out on a couple of important things. The right model is Elizabeth Warren, who is not guns blazing on every issue, and she's not coming in swinging wildly. She's like, this is my issue, this is what I ran on. If I didn't do this, I'd be betraying what I told the voters, and I know this stuff, so I'm going to put together really substantive policy things, and when there's questioning to be done, I'm at that hearing, and I'm gonna ask you some interesting questions, so you better be ready, dog.
Yeah.
Okay? And not full of bombast, just simple questions about interest rates and prosecution of bankers, etc. Her brilliant question in one of the committee hearings was, when is the last time you prosecuted a top-level banker? To all the different agencies. They're like, and none of them could literally remember the last time they had prosecuted one. So it's simple points that's backed up by substance, and that drives home the overall point. I mean, it is so well played. It's amazing. That's how you that's the way to be a first-term senator.
Too, because it's going to be very tough to fight against. I mean, they'll figure
They'll
a
come
way
up
out
with
to do it.
something.
They have background checks, so but they'll figure it out. But it's going to be very interesting.
And remember, Michael's right. They buckled on this last time around.
Yeah.
The rate was set to go up for students. It was right before the election. Democrats are like, "You sure?"
Yeah.
And the Republicans were like, "No, we're not sure." Okay, that's why it was delayed till after the election. And the difference between 0.75 and 6.8% is gigantic.
Well, there's actually
it's tens of thousands of dollars
Over
for
the course of
so
30
many
years, yeah.
people over the course of 30 years. That makes a difference in your life.